What's going on YouTube? It's your boy CP, and today we're back with a brand new video. Today we are going to be going over the Cowboys 2023 schedule. It just released today, so I figured I'd go over the schedule with y'all and make some record predictions. Y'all should have known it was a Cowboys video because obviously got the CeeDee Lamb jersey on, but I'm very excited for next season. So quick look at the schedule. I have it right here next to me. Just looking off of it, I predict another 12-5 season, maybe 11-6. Maybe if we do really good, then maybe 13-4, 14-3, give or take. But I'm expecting like a 12-5 finish. This is barring any kind of serious injury to a key player or something going on with the team. This is just my early prediction. So to get it started with, week 1, we open up against the Giants. We will be traveling to MetLife. I believe that's a Sunday night football game. Gotta double check on that, but I think that's a Sunday night football. If it's not Sunday night, it's a Monday night. But I'm feeling pretty confident about that game. However, we do have a habit of not winning in week 1, and that just kind of lowers the bar for us. So I believe the last time the Cowboys actually won in week 1 was 2019, and that season ended up 8-8. But in the seasons that we lose in week 1, we normally make the playoffs, with the exception of 2020. But we all know what happened in 2020. We're not going to talk about that. But normally when we lose in week 1, we end up making the playoffs anyway. Classic example: last season we lost in week 1. Everybody thought there was no hope. Dak Prescott got hurt. Cooper Rush held us afloat, and we ended up finishing 12-5. So I'm not too concerned. So if we win, cool. If we lose, it is what it is. Just gotta move on. Just hopefully, if we do lose in week 1, it's not by 16 points like we did last year against the Bucks at home, because we only scored 3 points. But let's not dwell on the past. Let's look forward to the future. But next we got week 2 versus the Jets. So on paper, that may seem like an easy game, but I feel like that might be the game where teams are going to tend to catch us slipping. Or we're going to go into that game. Because last time we played the Jets, we went into that game way too confident, thinking like, oh, we're going to beat the Jets. They're an easy team, There's no such thing as an easy team in the NFL. So I got us losing that game. So first 2 weeks, 0-2. Hate to say it, but 0-2. But it's all good. Week 3 versus the Cardinals. I think we win that game. Kyler Murray, his first couple of years, he's been really great. But last year, he was starting to decline. I think he may start declining. Even so, even if he doesn't decline, I still feel like we pull out a slim win. I say that's going to be one of them really close games that ends in like a field goal. So I'll say it to you like this: Cowboys win that game 20-17. I'm calling it right now, 20-17. Get our first win of the season. We're feeling good. We're feeling hot. Then next week we return home, play against the Patriots. Last time I played Mac Jones, it was a shootout. So this is what I'm thinking. This game is going to be a lower scoring game, but I do think we still come out and win. I'll give this game, I'll say 14-10. 14-10. And y'all might think I'm crazy, but I think we finish. We win 14-10. So 2-2. Not bad. Not a bad start. Not great, but not bad either. Next, in week 5, we have San Francisco 49ers. 49ers. Jesus. Because this team has given us problems over the last few years in the playoffs. First, we lose to them at home in the wild card. Then we travel to San Francisco, go in there thinking we're going to get revenge. That didn't happen. We ended up losing. So this game, I feel like we win this one. And I say that for 2 reasons. One, because it's only a regular season game and it's early in the season. So if you win, cool. If you lose, oh well. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't have any playoff implications on it. 2, because Cowboys are going to be fired up. They're like, bro, we lost this team twice in the playoffs. Not once, twice. So they're going to want that revenge. So I think the Cowboys will pull the upset. I feel like the whole world's going to be against Dallas in that game, but I do think they'll be able to pull out a win. So we move on to 3-2, which is great. You're starting to get a little bit of a rhythm. 3-0 in the last 3 games. Moving on to San Diego. Or not San Diego, Los Angeles, right? I forget. But we're playing the Chargers, basically. My bad. I completely forgot where they were for a second. But yeah, the Chargers. So we beat the Chargers last time we played them in 2021. Justin Herbert. I don't know if they've lost or gained any key players, so I really can't go too deep into this matchup. But I do think we come out with a win, like another slim, very slim lead. I think we win by 1 point, 1 to 3 points. That's my spread on that game. But last time we played them, we won by 3, so I think it's going to be another close one. Two quarterbacks who feel like they have a lot to prove. Dak Prescott has to prove that he's not that guy from 2022 where he threw all the interceptions. Justin Herbert hasn't really done up. He's gotten some. He made some noises in the playoffs, but he still feels like he has a lot to prove. He's a younger guy. He's still on that rookie contract. That I believe is this the final year of his contract. Yeah, the final year of his contract. So he definitely has something to prove. So it's going to be a close one. I got the Cowboys winning 31-30. Maybe 33-30, depending on who scores how many touchdowns. But overall, I think the Cowboys just narrowly edge out a good win right before the bye week. So then week 7, bye week. Everybody rests up, feeling good. Then we take on the Rams back at home. So with that one, it's kind of tough to say because last few years after the bye week, we did not do too good. So I hate to say Cowboys, but I think we lose that one. So now we're down to 4-30, which isn't bad, but again, isn't great either. Because I believe around this time we were about 5-2, 6-2. By this time last year we were like 5-2, 6-2, whatever the case was. But normally after the bye week, we don't always start off too hot because we're sluggish. We just came off of that rest, so it is what it is. But I do think the Rams try to, because that's one of them trap games where like, oh, the Rams are bad. They're still feeling that Super Bowl hangover. Nah, they might beat us. So I'll give that one to the Rams. So we're currently 4-3. Going into Philly, and you know, Philadelphia is that rough crowd. I will say this: if Dak Prescott plays and Jalen Hurts plays, Dak Prescott wins. I'd put you that. But if for some reason Dak Prescott doesn't play and Cooper Rush plays, then I think we lose that game. So this is all barring injuries. So we're not counting any injuries, anything happening to our players. So just this is assuming that our team is healthy. So I will give us a win for that one. All right, great. We're 5-3. We're feeling hot. Then we return back home again against the Giants. I think we win that one. Dak Prescott has actually been really, really good against the Giants since he came into the league. He started 0-2 against them in his rookie year because that was his first game, and then there was like a later game in the season. They were still trying to fight to try to get the winning division. We were ahead by like 2 or 3 games, so they was just trying to fight and hope we would lose out or something like that. But other than that, Dak has been excellent against the Giants. So I'll give us that win. So what are we at, like 6-3 right now? Hold on, I gotta check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6-3 right now. Then we go against the Panthers. Panthers have added some really good players to their team, so I will say this: this is going to be a closer game, but I think we still come out with another win. So now we're 7-3. We're feeling good. We're feeling great. It's Thanksgiving. We're coming off of a short rest, so we might go in. Depending on Washington's record, I don't think they're going to have a real good record next year, but that's neither here nor there because Washington's not always the greatest team. They were really, really competitive last season, but overall they missed the playoffs. So I think we'll beat Washington on Thanksgiving. So now we're 8-3. We're feeling good. Now we go to Seattle, or we don't go to Seattle. Seattle comes to us. My bad. Now keep in mind, this is our first back-to-back home game. In our only back-to-back home game. Because I'm looking at the schedule, we have no like back-to-back home games except for this 3-game stretch. These next 3 games, Washington, Seattle, and then Philly again, all home games. I think we beat Seattle by a pretty decent amount. I'd say about 14 points. So, we'll say just for the sake of argument, 28-14 beat Seattle. I think that's a really, really good spread. 14 points. Next we play Philly. All right, so at that point, I feel like we're in a situation where if we win, let's say two or three of our next five, we'll clinch the division. However, Dallas goes into that game overconfident, we lose that one. So now we're 9-4. Then we go into Buffalo. That is a great team. Oh, I forgot about the Eagles. My bad. Week 14 against the Eagles, we lose. Oh yeah, that's what I just went. Okay, I'm bugging right now. My bad, y'all. But Buffalo, we go play them in New York. It's week 15 at this point, so it's probably colder. We're not used to that cold weather. So I do think Buffalo wins that game. That might be like one of our, I'll call it a fluke game. And I say that because that's probably like our game, like that one game of the year where we do really, really bad. Because it happens every year. We'll have at least one game where we do horrible. I don't know why, but then we go travel over to Miami, play the Dolphins. Dolphins they're a pretty good team. And they just added Jalen Ramsey and a few other free agents. So I give us an L on that one. I hate to say Cowboys this year. I think we might lose Miami. But it's all good because guess what? We have 2 more wins, 1 more home game, 1 more away game. And they're against opponents that you should beat. I think we win both those games. Lions, Washington. Lions is at home. Last time we played them at home, we beat them pretty, I don't want to say pretty easily, but pretty soundly. Washington, they might be fighting for playoffs. They might not. We really don't know. So if they're not fighting for playoffs and we're already in the playoff, because I feel like that Lions game is going to be the game where we end up be like, okay, you're a lock for playoffs. Washington, we could win that one. If not, we could. If we don't win that one, it's only because we probably rested our starters and like, hey, we got a playoff game next week. So overall, like I said, I believe we finished about 12-5. But I think we'll still have another really good playoff run. I just hope we don't have to see San Francisco, or even worse, we have to see. Well, I shouldn't say Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers is not there no more. But who knows who will play? But overall, like I said, 12-5, maybe 13-4, maybe 11-6. But I'm definitely feeling another double-digit win season because McCarthy, is great. People don't want to give him the credit, but winning wise, he's doing a really good job, and he's being more consistent. In 2020, people were like, "Oh, McCarthy hire was a terrible idea by the Cowboys." I never thought it was a terrible idea. We need to get rid of Jason Garrett because he was going 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, and he couldn't get past the divisional round. Granted, you could say the same thing about McCarthy and couldn't get us past the divisional round, but I'd still take McCarthy over Jason Garrett any day of the week. So that's just me. But go ahead and comment down below. What do you think the Cowboys' record is going to be? Do you think I was right? Do you think I was wrong? Do you think we win more games? Do you think we win less games? Do you think we go 0-17? Please don't put that in the comments. If y'all do, I'm going to cry. But who knows how well we'll do. What I would like for us to do is kind of have a start like the Eagles did last year, but actually finish the season. But I know I'm realistic. I'm not trying not to be biased, but at the same time, as a Cowboys fan, of course I'm going to be biased. But I'm what I call a realistic Cowboys fan, because there are some Cowboys fans that just think like, oh, they're going to go 17-0, win the Super Bowl, all that. I'm like, pump your brakes. But then there's also Cowboys fans who say they're fans, but then they're like, oh, we ain't gonna win, we ain't gonna do nothing. So I'm kind of that in between. Like that's why I'm like, okay, I think we have a realistic chance of doing another 12-5 season. Now I can't really say for playoffs because 1, I don't know the playoff schedule. 2, I don't know how good each team is going to be or how bad each team is going to be. Now, I'm not saying that like, oh, we're going to make it to the playoffs and lose in the first round. No, I would never say that. But I don't know the playoff schedule. But who knows? We will see. So let's go Cowboys Nation, and thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure you like, and if you haven't, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys next time.